Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by John Denver called I'll Fly Away. And we're going to start on a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret. The second finger is going to go to the low E on the third fret. And the third finger is going to go to the high E on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And our intro actually is just going to kind of stay around the G major. And a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we just took the G and tried that a lot. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So you want to get really used to that. But there's this really cool little punch where John Denver kind of plays just half of the strum pattern and then does a down on the intro. So at the very last G, you kind of have a down, down, up, down on the very last G. So we tried that through the whole intro. We have G, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, G. And then from there, we'll be going into our verses, and our verses actually are all around the G chord too. So we tried our strum pattern through the verse. We'd have G, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, up, G, down, down, G, down, 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 G, down, 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 up, G. So we kind of do just a kind of a big down on that last G in the verse. And then when we get to our chorus part, we actually go to an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the A minor, we're going to be going to a D major chord. The way you play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the high E on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, D, kind of the skinny four strings on the guitar, then that'll get you your clear sound with that. And that's called D major. And basically our chorus is kind of revolving between that chord and our A minor and D, and then kind of going to the G at the end. So we tried our strum pattern through the chorus. We'd have A minor, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, G, 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 down, down, up, down, and then we'd be back to our verse. So I'm kind of strumming through all the G's on our verse. So we got G, down, up, down, G, down, 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 G, down, 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 and then we're back to our chorus part again. So we got A minor, down, down, D, down, 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 A minor, down, 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 D, down, 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 G, down, 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 G, down, 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 and then we get to a bridge part. Now on our bridge part, we start on the A minor chord, but then we go to a B minor chord. And there's a really easy way we'll talk about in a minute for this, but if you know the bar B minor, you do your first finger across the entire second fret, second finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret, third finger on the D string on the fourth fret, and the pinky is going to go to the G string on the fourth fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. It sounds really, really sad. But if you're just starting out or just want to kind of avoid the bar chords, a little bit easier B minor would be taking first finger on the high E second fret, second finger on the B string on the third fret, and third finger on the G string on the fourth fret. And if you strum just the top three or the top four strings of that, that's still a B minor chord. Another way to kind of play the B minor if you're a little bit more adventurous is kind of doing first finger on the high E on the second fret, second finger on the B string third, third finger on the D string on the fourth fret, and taking the pinky and going to the G string on the fourth fret. And if you strum the top four strings of that, that's another way you can do B minor. And another possibility for this would be doing something called B minor 7 in root position. The way you play B minor 7, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the high E on the second fret. And if you strum just the A string to the high E string, that's called B minor 7. So those kind of sound kind of sad. So that's a couple options you can kind of take with B minor. And then from the B minor chord, we're going to go into a C major chord. And the way you play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the A string on the third fret. And if you strum just the A string to the high E, that'll get you your clearest sound of that. And that's called C major. And then from there, we're going to be mixing up a lot of things that we already talked about for the chorus. So on our bridge with the strum pattern, so then if we tried that strum pattern through our bridge, we'd have A minor, down, up, down, B minor, down, down, C, down, down, C, down, down, A minor, down, down, D, down, down, G, down, G, down, G, down, G, down. And then from there, we're back to our verse again. So we got our G, down, G, down, down, G, down, G, down, G, down, G, down, G, down. And then we beat back to our chorus part. So we got our A minor, down, D, down, A minor, down, D, down, G, down, G, down, G, down, and then we beat back to our bridge again. So we got our A minor, down, B minor, down, C, down, C, down, A minor, down, D, down, G, down, G, down, G, down, G. And then we'd be back in for our last verse, which kind of gets abbreviated slightly. G down, 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 and then we go into our last chorus. So we got our A minor, down, D down, A minor, down, D down, A minor, down, D down, G down, G down, G down, and then for our outro, we just kind of stay on that G with that down, G down, G down, G down, and even though we kind of got that fade on the recording, I would do just kind of a big G at the very, very end. Something else I would think about kind of adding to this song too is there's a really cool intro lick at the very, very beginning where you go open B, second fret on the G, open G, and then open D, second fret on the D, open G, and then open B, first fret on the B, third fret on the B, first fret on the B, open B, second fret on the G, and then open B, second fret on the G, open G, open D, second fret on the D, open G, and then second fret on the G, open B, first fret on the B, and then going third fret on the high E. So the notes you're actually playing is you're going B, A, G, D, E, G, B, C, B, C, B, A, G, D, E, G, A, B, C, G. Now one really cool thing is in the recording though, it sounds almost like John Denver's throwing in some bass notes. But you could do this hybrid picking where you kind of hold on to the pick and use that for the basses and use your finger for the other notes. Or you could even lose the pick and kind of do this finger style too, but then if you put them together, then you'd have... So you may want to think about that too, kind of adding in the bass notes to kind of accentuate that lick. Something else I would think about through the recording too is adding bass notes to the chords that we're doing through our parts. And one way to do that is to take that first down that you're doing on the strum pattern and make that the bass note for the chord. So what I mean by that is if you take the G major and kind of do the low E string for your bass and then do your down, up, down, up. So you G with low E bass, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, up, down. It kind of accentuates the chord and kind of makes it almost simulate playing with a bass player. And then when you get to your A minor chord, you have an A string for your bass. So A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down. And then when you get to your D chord, you have the D string for your bass. So D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down. And then on our bridge part, if you're doing the B minor, it's kind of the bar, the B minor 7, you have the A string for your bass. So B minor with the A bass, down, down, B minor with an A bass, down, down. And then on the C chord, you have the A string for your bass. So C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. So we tried that through your first verse. You'd have G with low E bass, down, down, 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 big G. And then if we try it through our chorus, then we have A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with a D bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with a D bass, down, down, G with low E 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 bass, down, down. And then if we tried that through our bridge part, so then if we tried that through our bridge, we'd have the A minor with an A bass, down, down, B minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, G with low E 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 bass, down, G. So that might be something else that you want to kind of add. But that's the basics of how you could play Fly Away by John Denver. So good luck!